Hello beholders, back to the next recipe. Since I was so lax in recording for a while, I am going to jump right in and finish, as I said, the meal for today. So right now, I put these in a saucepan, so it's so much easier to see what's going on. I have in here a 8-ounce bag of organic cranberries, which I washed. There were a few in there that were a little bit yucky, so I pulled them. So this is just like a teaspoon of butter, just so they don't stick to the pan. And when you hear them start to pop and you see them coming apart, there's a few that may have not popped yet, which is fine, but you can hear them. It's almost like, popcorn, you hear them start going. So a teaspoon of butter, you put them on medium low, and then I am going to add a quarter of a cup. This is fresh squeezed grapefruit juice, pink grapefruit juice, organic, and the pulp. So I'm going to add that in there. So it has a little bit of liquid. They actually end up giving off their own liquid, so I don't like to add too much. So that's about a quarter of a cup. If you need to, you can add a little bit more. And then I have some organic apricot preserves. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of that. Actually, I might just do 1 because I am going to put in some. Yeah, I'll just do 1 for now. We'll just see, because actually it's an 8-ounce bag because it's organic. I didn't think to modify on that, because when you do regular, I think it's 12 ounce. So I'm going to lower the heat a little bit and incorporate that. You can add nutmeg, you can add cinnamon, you can add a cinnamon stick and then pull it at the end if you'd like. I do have some nutmeg in the stuffing, so I may add like a little tiny bit of nutmeg at the very end. But as you can see, they're starting to macerate in that juice and also in the preserves or jam, whatever. I don't know what one this was. It just says fruit spread. Probably because it's organic, it's probably whatever, not a jam or a jelly. Now I also have here 2 teaspoons of that same grapefruit that I did the rind. So I'm going to add that. That's going to add like a little bit more tartness to it. I like it tart, but I also like it sweet. But I also do not like to add like straight up sugar. I think there's like sugar coming from the pink grapefruit because it's a little bit sweeter. There's sugar coming from the apricot. I chose apricot, not raspberry or blueberry, because I just like that more citrusy flavor to the cranberries. You could, if you wanted to go a deeper flavor, do blueberry, do raspberry, do whatever you'd like. But this is coconut sugar that I'm adding to it because it almost has that depth of flavor, and this will add another layer of sweetness in here. It's less than a quarter of a cup. It was like a little less. Is this a quarter? An eighth. It was less than an eighth of a cup, because there's really not a lot of cranberries here. Because the bag was a little smaller, I had to modify a little bit. But what I like about the coconut sugar, number one, it has a very low glycemic index. Again, it's organic. It's much healthier for you. And the other thing is it almost has a molassesy flavor to it, so it has that depth. So right here, if you like your cranberry like I do with texture, you could leave it just like this. You can turn it very low and put a cover on it, which is what I'm going to do at this point, and probably throw in a cinnamon stick. But if you put a cover on it, it will, again, as these continue to pop, they will release more juice. It's low enough that it won't burn. You can turn it to like absolutely the lowest setting for simmer. And once you put a lid on, that condensation that's in there will continue to let them cook down. You can, check it every so often and stir it. But this is going to have now almost a preserve or a chutney type of consistency to it. I'm going to char the spatula here. It's perfect. It's got a little bit of that kick of citrus from both the rind and the grapefruit juice with the pulp. It's got that other citrus note from the apricot, And then it has the coconut sugar, which gives it a little level of sweetness, but then the depth of flavor from the like lower hint of the molasses type flavor to the coconut sugar. So I'm going to put a lid on this. I'm going to let it cook down a little bit lower. I'm going to put it to the lowest setting, and I'm going to throw in a cinnamon stick. So this is my version of cranberry sauce. I like it thick. I will not let this come all the way down. If you wanted to and you like it very, very gelled or very, very fine, you could then take this off, let it cool, and put it in a food processor and make it extremely thin. If you wanted it to be jellied, you could add a little more liquid. You can add orange juice, you can add more water, and a little bit of just regular Jello or gelatin, and then you could put it in the refrigerator. That's why I brought this out to show you. And put it in something like this, or you could even put it in a can that you have left from like corn or vegetables, and you could then add the pectin or the regular plain gelatin and make it into your regular, what you buy in a can. So I hope that you enjoyed the recipe, modify it the way that you'd like, add whatever preserves you like, whatever sugar you like, and make it the consistency you like. So beholders, have a great day. Behold what you think is beautiful, and watch, because I am putting up another video, a short, Zeke out in the snow, and some more savings that I had purchased some things at Better World 2. Great deals on spices. So get out there and find what is beautiful to you, and I hope that you have a wonderful evening. All right, guys, take care. Bye.